Welcome to the Small Business Tax Savings Podcast, your weekly dose of accounting and tax tips specific to small business owners. You will be on your way to growing your business and paying the least amount in taxes as legally possible. Here's your host, Mike Jesowshek, CPA.
Hello and welcome back to another episode. Today's topic is how can I utilize a board meeting for tax savings? Now, last week on our podcast, we had Andrew M. Ayers discuss what you need to do to maintain your corporate entity. And one of the things he discussed is this idea of corporate meetings and minutes in an annual meeting. So if you have not checked out that episode, I definitely recommend checking it out. And I just want to encourage you to talk to your attorney about what type of meetings or board may be required for your business, depending on where you're located or the type of entity you have. But with that being said, today what we want to focus on is the tax planning that we can do around corporate meetings. So the first question we want to ask is, what is a board of advisors or an advisory board? And most businesses will either be able to have a board of advisors or a board of directors. Traditionally, you can have a board of advisors in a sole proprietorship or an LLC, and genuinely, you would have a more formal board of directors with a corporation. For the most part, implementing the boards in your corporate documents is fairly quick and easy, but be sure to talk to your attorney to ensure that you're setting both of those up properly. A board of advisors is simply a group of people that are appointed to provide advice, counsel, support for your business. Really just think of it as a small group that you get together on a regular basis. That could be monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever you feel best. And you just get together and discuss your business and get guidance from them. The members of your advisory board could be family members, friends, colleagues, or really anyone that you want to bring in to give good outside perspective and just help bring guidance to your business. Being a business owner can be lonely at times, and just having an outside perspective can really impact the direction of your business. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How can you utilize a board meeting for tax savings? So now that we have kind of a general idea of what a board is, let's talk about the fun part, the tax advantages. When you hold these regular board meetings, whether that's monthly, quarterly, annually, the travel associated with them, the meals associated with them, all the costs associated to the meetings are tax deductible. Now, remember one thing is that entertainment would still not be deductible after the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, but all other expenses related to hosting and holding these board meetings would be a deductible business expense. So this provides a great opportunity to discuss the current and future state of your business with your board while being able to deduct some travel and meals that are associated with it. So oftentimes, we see business owners involve their family on their board of advisors. And as you can imagine, this provides a great tax plan opportunity. What better way to not only get a tax deduction, but get your family involved in your business, and they could potentially be better prepared to pass it on in the future to future generations. One thing we also talked about previously in a podcast episode is this idea of a 14-day home rental strategy, or the Augusta rule. And essentially, this is a strategy that you can use to rent your home to your business for business meetings. You get a business deduction while potentially paying no income taxes on that income. And having board meetings at your home is a great way to utilize this 14-day home rental strategy, and something that we talk about all the time in our tax minimization program. So one thing we might say is, look, we're going to have a monthly board meeting. This could be our board of advisors. This could be our board of directors, whatever it might be. And we could host that at our home and take advantage of the 14-day home rental rule. Other people might say, we just want to do an annual board meeting. We're going to, go out somewhere nice, spend the weekend or spend, 3 days during the week on this board meeting, really do it well. And all that travel, everything involved in that is tax deductible if it's for that board meeting. Now, we dive deeper into this in our tax minimization program. So I just want to remind you, if you're not a member yet, definitely check that out. We have a ton of great features with that. We deep dive into tax strategies. You have unlimited access to our team for those general tax and accounting questions that you have. We have private webinars on a monthly basis and so much more. So if you want to learn more about that, go to taxsavingspodcast.com/tax. Now, the next question that usually comes up is, what documentation should I be recording? And this is, a very important piece to think about, as with all business deductions. You need to make sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's with full documentation when you're utilizing this strategy as well. The meetings must be ordinary and necessary. Basically, don't abuse this and go overboard. Just host normal board meetings on a regular basis and you're going to be fine. Have a record of minutes of the meeting on file to outline what was accomplished and discussed. This is going to help back up that proof of, hey, this was a board meeting that occurred. Things that you can include are who attended, the location of the meeting, what time was spent, what was the agenda items of it, what were some of the outcomes, decisions made from it, what were the things discussed. The more documentation that you can provide, the better. So just have it must be ordinary and necessary. Don't abuse this, but don't not take advantage of it. Have a record or meetings in the minute, what was discussed, what was kind of determined from it. And of course, keep receipts. As with all business expenses, keep receipts, store them digitally, write on the receipts the purpose and everything else, take a picture of it and put it away for future use. The next part is, what other benefits of a board are there? Now, we are tax planning experts, so of course, we're going to be so excited about the tax strategy around this and how you can use tax savings to host these board meetings and everything else. But board meetings really go much further than that. And here are just some ideas or benefits that come to mind when I'm talking about what are some of the benefits of these board meetings. First, you get insights from others. Building a business, like I said earlier, can be lonely. And bringing in outsiders to get another perspective about company status, direction, where you want to go, how you're going to get there, can really go a long ways. Bringing somebody on this team, on this journey with you as a business owner. Sometimes board meetings are required. Depending on your entity structure and location, you may actually be required to hold an annual meeting, which can also help with you with asset protection and various other things that board meeting is even more important than just tax savings for. The other piece, and I love this piece, is just being able to be held accountable. Knowing that periodically you're going to be coming to your board meeting and giving status updates can often provide motivation to get things done. The last thing that you want to do is come to your board meeting and tell them, yep, nothing was accomplished since our last meeting. So if you're having these monthly meetings, it helps keep you accountable. Your board wants to see what it was accomplished. They want to see the progress, and this can help move you along. It also helps with planning and alignment. So many business owners do not do any planning, and I get it. They're stuck in the day-to-day of their business. I was in this situation at one time too. But having a board can provide a great planning opportunity so that you can be encouraged to present on the future of your business. So planning and alignment, this can also encourage you or force you to do this. And when we're talking about board meetings, so many people think that you're thinking of just massive companies, millions and millions of years. That's where you're going to have your board meeting. You can have a board meeting as a sole proprietorship. You can just be getting started in your business and you can have a board of advisors. It's important to utilize this. Again, not only as a tax strategy, but all these other benefits that we're talking about. The next thing we talk about a lot is stress relief. Many of the things we discuss here help reduce the stress of the business owner. But if nothing else, having a regular scheduled meeting to get away from the day-to-day of your business and look at your business at a higher level can really be extremely refreshing. Not to mention a little time away hanging out with your closest advisors can really kind of reboot you as well. And of course, the tax benefits, deductible business expenses for the meetings, taking advantage of the 14-day home rental, and so many more. So I just want to recap kind of what the power behind this board meeting and what it can really mean. And again, when we're talking about board, we can talk about board of advisors, board of directors, and really talk to your attorney to find out which type of board would be the best for you and how do you set that up for your specific entity. But a lot of times we talk about just a board of advisors, and that's simply a group of people that provide advice, guidance, counsel to your business. Again, just a group that you get together on a regular basis with, monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever makes sense in your business, to discuss your business, get some guidance, get some direction from them, and get an outside perspective, which can be so, so powerful. The tax savings around a board meeting are incredible. Any cost involved with that board meeting outside of entertainment is tax deductible. That can be travel, rental, meals, Airbnbs, Ubers, whatever it might be, that's all a tax deduction. And a lot of times we see both business owners involve family members on their boards or some of their closest friends. Basically, you can have anybody on your board that you want as long as you think they're going to be able to provide some great guidance to you and really be a stamping point to help your business out. Another tax advantage is utilizing this around the 14-day home rental strategy. A lot of business owners we talk to, they hold a monthly board of advisors meeting. They hold it at their house. They get a 14-day home rental. They rent their house to their business, get a business deduction, potentially pay no income tax on that income that they get for that rental, utilizing this board meeting strategy. The documentation, just make sure the meetings are ordinary and necessary. Do these make sense? Don't abuse it. Don't go overboard, and you'll be fine here. Have a record of what's discussed. Have a minutes of the meeting to outline what was accomplished, who attended, what was the location, how much time was spent, what was the agenda, maybe what were some of the outcomes, what from that meeting is going to help your business going forward. This is also a great opportunity for you to document all these things, because sometimes you can have these long days of board meetings and things just tend to fade away. You forget about it. You're right back in the business the next day. Utilize this minutes to start recording that activity. And of course, keep receipts, keep documentation of all these items. And of course, there's other benefits out there. You get insights from others. Sometimes board meetings, depending on your entity structure and setup, they may be required. Board meetings help you be accountable. You have to report to this board. It helps you get this idea of, hey, I need to make sure I'm making progress on the things that we're discussing, because I don't want to go to that next board meeting and say, yep, didn't do anything that past month, past quarter, past year, whatever it might be. It also helps kind of shift your mindset a little bit and forces you to do some planning, because your board of advisors don't care about, what's on your schedule tomorrow or what, one little fire you had to put out yesterday was. They don't care about that stuff. This is all high level items, and it encourages business owners to think at a higher level, which is great for your business. I think it also provides a lot of stress relief. Having regular scheduled meetings takes you away from the day-to-day, allows you to, instead of being so deep inside your business, take a step back. Look at it from a high level with your board, with your advisors, with a lot of people that you trust and support and that want to support you around you. It takes you away from the day-to-day at a high level, and I think that can really be refreshing for you. And of course, the tax benefits. So hopefully this was helpful. If you want to check out our previous episode where we had Andrew Amers on talking about what you need to maintain your corporate entity, definitely check that out. That was last week. And I just want to encourage you, go and start thinking about who you want to be on your board. And start planning those board meetings, whether it's monthly, whether it's quarterly, whether it's annually. Take one step to have a board. Find your board and start having those meetings. Start saving taxes today, along with so many other benefits. I want to thank you for listening to another episode, and I will see you all next week.
This has been another episode of the Small Business Tax Savings Podcast. If you enjoy our weekly episodes, please leave a review and share with other business owners. You can find previous episodes and more information at www.taxsavingspodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.